Hey everyone, welcome to Bamboo Clothing. You're practicing with me, Helen. So in today's practice I'm going to do a short movement based practice on our backs that's going to prepare us to sit comfortably and take a short meditation. So in terms of props, what I suggest is if you have a cushion for your head or a blanket that you could use kind of rolled up or folded. Doesn't need to be a special blanket of any kind, but something that you could fold and pad underneath your head. And then when it comes to seated work, you could use either a chair or you might like to use kind of rolled up blankets and cushions to lift your bottom off the ground. So just make sure you have those things in place, and then when you're ready, come onto your backs. So to start with, we'll be on the back of the body with the knees bent and the feet relatively close to your bottom, and just let your arms be away from you with your palms facing up. So find a bit of space between the shoulder blades and finding some space around the back of the pelvis. So you might need to just kind of wriggle around a little until you feel comfortable here. And then place one hand over your heart or your chest and one hand over your belly. And we'll start the practice with a bit of breath awareness. So as you begin to settle physically, just notice how you feel. Notice what is happening in your body, sensations as they occur, and then also emotionally, any agitation or anything you could be thinking about. Often it is, what am I going to do next? What am I having for dinner? I need to do this, I need to organise that. So just acknowledge those thoughts as they arrive, and then setting them aside and come to that touch of your hands over your body, and notice that you are breathing in through the nostrils, and then notice that you are breathing out through the mouth. So breathe in through your nostrils and then a soft sigh as you exhale. Lightly having your chin drawn in towards your throat. Slowly on those exhalations, bring the lips towards one another. So you're breathing in and out through the nostrils. Unless you're feeling bunged or blocked, then continue with mouth breathing. So where your hands are placed, as you breathe in, notice how the abdomen swells against the hand and then the chest rises. And then as you breathe out, notice how the chest hollows and then the abdomen softens back. So continue to follow that flow of abdomen rising, chest expanding as you breathe in, chest hollowing, abdomen softens as you breathe out. And settling into a rhythm and deepening inhalations and exhalations over the next few moments. When you've steadied your breathing and you feel more settled in your shape, place your hands beside you with your palms facing down. And as you breathe in, take your arms overhead onto the ground behind you or out to the side at shoulder level. Soften the elbows. On the exhale, lower the arms up and down. So on the inhale, take the arms up and over, either behind you or out at shoulder level if you are tight in your shoulders or you're limited in the shoulders. And then on the exhale, extend the fingers up towards the sky and lower them down. And I'd like you to repeat this twice more in your time. Your exhalation is long and steady. Your inhalation is light and expansive. And then we'll bring in some movement with the legs. So the next time you exhale, bring the knees in over the belly and lower the arms down. And then on the in-breath, push through the heels and take the arms overhead so you lengthen along the legs. As you exhale, bring the knees in, lower the arms down, and And then inhale again, push through the heels and straighten through the legs. So we're just allowing some tensions to release in the hamstrings, which will help our seated position feel more pleasant. Stiffness in the hamstrings and around the hips and in the lower back are often the things that will get in the way when we're trying to sit in a comfortable position. And taking that once more. And then when you've completed, lower your feet to the ground. This time bring your inner feet, knees together and have your arms out to the side at shoulder level. And as you exhale, roll onto the outer edge of your right foot and lower your knees down towards the ground. On the inhale, point the knees up, come flat on the feet, and then on the exhale, over to the left side of your foot, and then you can roll your head in the opposite direction. So this is a lying twist, but it's not too deep. We're just helping with some mobility and tensions around the hips in particular, the sides of the waist, healthy rotation in the spine, but nothing too deep, nothing too intense. And you could take this about 4 times in total. You might find the arms are a little tight across the shoulders, so you could turn the palms to face up. And then if you like, you could extend that rotation into your neck and rotate your head in the opposite direction. So when you've taken that about 4 times in total on each side, come back, lower the arms. Release the shoulders towards the ground, release the pelvis towards the ground, sigh the breath. And we'll take one more posture here. So if you have support under the head, just taking that away, lightly drawing the chin in towards your throat. This time snuggle your feet a little closer towards the bottom and have your arms by your sides with your hands pressing down. Inhale into the feet and then lift the pelvis off the ground, coming into a bridge. Exhale, lower the spine, lower the pelvis down. And repeating, press into the feet, lift the pelvis, expand along the spine, along the front of the body. Exhale in between the shoulders, lower the spine towards the waist, the pelvis reaches the ground, and then you settle, you pause, and then again. So let's do this twice more, including the rounds that we're on. And we're not spending too much time in our postures today. This is more about some gentle movements which will help us to feel more at ease when it comes to seated, but also focusing our awareness on our breathing and our moving in a mindful way, so that it is easier for us to focus when we come to meditate. When you've completed the round that you're on, settle on the ground once again, sigh the breath out, soften through the body, draw the knees in over the belly, and a gentle rock or sway from one side to the other, and then find yourself on your side and take your time to come up to sit. So this is where your options will be. You can come onto a bolster and slide that bolster underneath the bottom so that your hips are raised. You could also have some cushions to have a similar effect here in terms of raising the hips. You could have a block or 2, place that underneath the bottom. Also raised cushions, folded blankets would be useful. Or you could come and sit into a chair. And in one of the sessions in the future, I will do from a chair so that you'll kind of recognise that, you know, coming to sit into a chair is just as useful for us. If we can sit with that focus and stillness for a longer period of time, then it's more important for the body to feel comfortable, as opposed to our tight hamstrings or back or knees or anything kind of getting in the way. Okay, so when you've come to your seat of choice, just settling there. So you find some length along the spine, ground through the sit bones, so you're settling in through the sit bones and then finding an elevating length along the spine and snuggling the chin in a little towards your throat. And then come back to that breath awareness that we did at the start of the practice. So one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. And start with the abdomen. As you breathe in, notice how the abdomen presses against your base hand and then expands into the chest and the collarbones lift. As you exhale, the collarbones lower, the chest hollows, the abdomen draws in. So breathing into the belly, the chest, the collarbones lift. Exhale, collarbones lower, chest draws in, belly hollows and softens. So you're literally feeling the breath in your body and focusing your mind's awareness on that action of breathing and feeling the expansion and then feeling the hollowing and the emptying of the breath, the softness that arrives as a result. And try this with your eyes closed. Soften the shoulders. So often as we breathe in, we might be inclined to lift the shoulders. Try and keep those shoulders soft. Okay. And then we'll deepen our practice of breathing, taking some alternate nostril breath work. So whichever position with your hand, you could use your thumb and your index finger. You close the right nostril and you breathe in through the left. Close the left nostril and then breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Breathe out through the left. Breathe in left. Close left nostril, breathe out right. And taking this for a few more rounds of breath, really slowing down the exhalation, deepening on the inhalation. Focus in on left and right, right to left, as you go. And the next time that you exhale to the right, just pause, let go of your hand. Take three or four breaths in and out through the nostrils and just notice the shift, notice the change. And then you could either let your hands rest onto your laps or bring your hands one over the heart. Or you could take a mudra, Anjali Mudra. So Anjali Mudra is a really beautiful mudra to connect with because it's symbolic of a lotus bud opening in the light of the sun. And sometimes it's a really beautiful image for us to draw upon for our meditation. But you could take the same visualization with the hands on the laps as well. So as you breathe in, invite your lotus bud to blossom. Imagine you are a flower blossoming in the light of the sun. And then as you breathe out, bringing that sense of blossom, that sense of potential back into your heart. So breathe into the light of the sun, your full potential to blossom. Breathe out, bring back that quality to your heart. Absorb the quality of potential blossoming in the light of the sun. Breathe in, blossom to the light of the sun. Welcome its warmth and radiance. Breathe out. Draw those same qualities back to yourself. Continue in this way for a few more moments in silence. Each time you breathe in, connecting towards your inner capacity to blossom. And then each time you breathe out, just welcoming those qualities back to yourself, absorbing them fully. And then just let go of that visualization and just be with your inhalations and your exhalations as they occur. Just feeling the inhale and feeling the exhale. And the inhale is light and spacious. The exhale is supportive and grounding, harnessing your potential to blossom. And you can continue with this meditation for as long as you wish. Otherwise, you can let go of your hands, sigh the breath out, bring yourself back into your practice space, your room. Be aware of sounds, be aware of colour or smells around you, and then when you're ready you could open your eyes. You might like to stretch your legs out, give them a little shake, and thank you very much.